So basically there's this chart going around showing players layup percentages and how many they have taken. And man, it does not make Angel Reese look good in this one, I can't lie.
Yo, what's good, Hoop fam? Welcome back to the DX Hoop, where we break down the game with no filter and all the vibes. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and join the squad. We're diving deep into the WNBA's wildest drama yet. Today we're talking Angel Reese, a viral chart exposing her struggles, and the internet losing its mind. Buckle up because this tea is piping hot and Angel's response, next level chaos. Let's get into it. Alright, so there's this chart floating around X, and it's straight up disrespectful to Angel Reese's game. We're talking layup percentages and attempts in the WNBA. And let me tell you, Angel's numbers are not it. According to the data, she's got 54 layup attempts this season, hitting just 31%. For context, Diarra Hamby's up there with 75 layups at 54%, and rookie Kiki Arafans matching that vibe. Angel, dead last in efficiency, and the internet is eating it up. Memes are flying, TikToks are clowning, and fans are calling her the worst shooter in the league.
We got some more statistical data that Angel Reese may be the worst perceived superstar possibly in professional sports. I mean, somebody that there are honestly fans out there that think she's some kind of a top 10, 15, top 20 player, when there is a statistical number that has dropped today. Is she the worst starting power forward in the league? I mean,
ouch. Now I gotta keep it real. 31% on layups is rough. Like, you're at the rim, sis. That's supposed to be the easy bucket. The spreadsheet nerds are out here saying her shooting percentage looks more like a bad credit score than a pro stat line. And the shade doesn't stop there. Some are calling her the least efficient starting power forward in the WNBA. Y'all, is this hate or just math doing its job? Drop your thoughts in the comments. So how does Angel respond to being roasted by stats? Not with a shooting drill or a humble IG post. Nah, she goes full-on villain mode. We're talking rage tweets, cryptic emojis, and enough attitude to power a reality show.
Look at this notification that ESPN sent out last night about Angel Reese. Bro, this is why we don't like Angel Reese. She is bad, bro. She is bad at basketball. She could make her next 100 straight shots and still shoot under 50% from her career. I mean, bro, she's just not good at basketball. She talks a lot of game, and she ain't got no game. So that is just bad from Angel Reese. I don't care. It's bad basketball. So
go to ChatGPT and type in the following. What is the single worst shooting percentage ever in WNBA? What is the single worst shooting percentage ever in WNBA? No, you type in ever in WNBA. What is the worst shooting percentage ever in WNBA? If you can put that ever in WNBA. Watch this, folks. Zoom in a little bit if you could. Watch this. Look what's going to come up. You ready? This is supposed to be Michael Jordan. The lowest. Okay.
Angel Reese, in contrast.
Where do you see it? Angel Reese's performance.
Mascara running, shade flying, and maybe a basketball yeeted into the multiverse. Angel's out here courtside, dripping in ice but short on buckets, acting like the stats are a personal attack. Girl, the scoreboard doesn't care about your TikTok followers, the internet? They're ruthless. There's a viral clip of her missed shots set to circus music, and one dude on X said she could make her next 100 shots and still be under 50% for her career. Savage. Fans are split. Some are ride or die for Angel, saying she's a rebounding queen with hustle for days. Others, they're like, she talks a big game but can't back it up. And then there's the narrative. If Angel's your first option, your team's in the lottery. Second option, maybe playoffs. Third or fourth, you're cooking. Right now, Chicago's got her as option one, and well, they're getting smoked by 30 points a game.
Triple stand by every single thing that I've said. If Angel Reese is a first option, your team is going to be the worst team in the WNBA. If Angel Reese is a second option, your team's going to be on the lower side of average, maybe scraping into the playoffs, depending on how good the first option is. If she's the third option, your team's going to be a playoff team. If she's the fourth option, your team's a very good team. And we're looking at first option Angel Reese right here. And look, this is what we saw. And like, obviously there are complaints about Angel Reese being like, oh, she's playing too far away from the basket. Like, that's not her game. And Tyler Marsh trying things. Like, this play happened.
I just seen Angel Reese shoot 24 shots, miss 27 shots, and just keep jumping up, hitting her head on the rim.
Angel, I think part of the problem is they want this to be Magic Bird, right? Yeah, but Magic,
it is.
No, but it is.
It's Magic and a bird.
Ow, man! What's wrong with you?
It is, man.
All right, so shout out to Shot Creator. Ended up tweeting this chart out. Leaders in layup attempts. Total layups in the regular season, 25-26, all teams. All right, so you have De'Arica Hamby at the top, 75 layups with a 54% layup percentage. Kiki Arifin, good job, rookie. Look at this rookie up there, 55 of them with 54%. And then right at third place, you have Angel Reese with 54 with a 31% shooting percentage, man. Man, honestly, I was hoping she would be around maybe Kelsey.
Thoughts, fam? Is Angel overhyped or misunderstood? Let's back up. Angel Reese came into the WNBA as a star, LSU champ, Final Four trash talk legend, and a walking highlight reel. She had more NIL deals than made shots in college, and her swagger was undeniable. But the pros, it's a different beast. Defenders are smarter, the pace is faster, and those college moves, they're getting swatted into next week. Her field goal percentage is barely 30%. Her free throws are allergic to the rim, and turnovers are stacking up like Jenga. One analyst said she'd have better luck aiming at the wrong hoop. Bruh! But here's the thing, Angel's not alone. The WNBA chews up rookies and spits them out. The transition is brutal, and plenty of first years struggle. The difference? Angel's not keeping her head down. She's doubling down on the drama, clapping back at critics, and acting like every miss is a conspiracy. Meanwhile, her teammates are hustling, playing D, and passing the rock, but it's the Angel Reese show 24/7. How long before they get tired of being her backup dancers? Let me know in the comments. Now let's get real about the bigger picture. Angel's not just fighting stats. She's battling narratives. The media loves to paint her as the villain, while her rival Caitlin Clark gets called fiery or passionate for the same energy. Trash talk? Angel's classless. Caitlin's competitive. It's a double standard, and it's messy. Female athletes can't win. Show emotion and you're dramatic, stay quiet and you're boring. Angel's swagger and confidence make her a target, but they also make her a star. Love her or hate her, she's got the WNBA trending, and that's power.
Angel Reese had her worst professional basketball game, and I'm not even stretching that out. That's not me trying to be overly elaborate, trying to really make it sound awful. No, she was bad. 0 of 8 from the field, 12 rebounds, of which I believe 8 were offensive. It was a terrible showing. Turnovers. The whole team stinks.
Is she leaning into the villain role? Maybe, and honestly, it might work. A polarizing figure brings hype, merch, and memes. She's got the drama, the brand, and the viral moments. But here's the catch. Instagram likes don't win games. The WNBA's about buckets, not vibes. Angel's got to put the ball in the hoop, or this villain arc is going to fizzle fast. Here's the hope, though. Angel's resilient. Word on the street is she's hitting the gym, working on her shot, and grinding after practice. Her latest games, flashes of that LSU dominance. Sharper shooting, nasty rebounds, and that trademark fire. This could be the start of her redemption arc, and I'm here for it. Imagine Angel silencing the haters with a 20-point, 15-rebound game. The internet would implode, but for now the clock's ticking. Chicago's home opener had tickets going for $8, and they still didn't sell out. That's a reality check. Angel's got to trade some of that bravado for buckets. Less shade, more fadeaways. If she can channel that energy into her game, she could flip the script and become the star we know she can be. But if she keeps blaming the rim, the refs, or the stats, it's going to be a long season. Let's nerd out for a sec and dive into Angel's stats because the numbers don't lie.
There is no reason Angel Reese should be this bad at basketball. I mean, this is a negative basketball IQ. She's doing assists for the other team. Honestly, I would love to know what practice looks like for her. Like, I want to see, does she actually hit shots in practice and it's a game mental thing? Because she really be looking goofy out there.
Angel Reese needs to be better at basketball. I'm not talking about as a person. I'm not talking about as a podcaster. I'm not talking about at the Met Gala. She needs to be a better player if we want this rivalry to be able to have some staying power. She had a very, very busy offseason, but at this moment, it does not seem like the offseason involved a lot of mic and drills of left-handed layups. Right now, Angel Reese She is a wildly famous rebounder.
I'm not just talking about the offensive performance from Angel Reese last night. Keyword, offensive. That is the only kind of offense that Angel Reese is capable of performing. Offensive offense. But I'm not just talking about the self-proclaimed villain, which, by the way, I thought Angel Reese was dedicating this season to winning. I thought she was focused on carrying the Chicago Bravado to the promised land of golden toilets and bathrooms with running water.
Angel Reese is now shooting under 30% from the field, and she mainly shoots layups. At what point are we going to stop taking her seriously as a basketball player?
You made some comments about Angel Reese.
Yeah.
You called her garbage compared to Caitlin Clark.
Yes. Okay. Yes. I love black people. Mwah, 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 mwah. But I think sometimes we do play the race card too much. This ain't racial. This is about sports. This is about athletic ability. You know what I'm saying? And when you look at Caitlin Clark's game, who's very reminiscent of a Steph Curry based on her range and shooting the three, plus everything else she does. And then you look at Angel Reese, stop it. She just seems as uncoordinated as a baby giraffe.
End destination of this journey. I'm struggling to understand the winning that Angel Reese is talking about, because 2 games into the season, the Chicago Bravado are losing by an average of 30 points. They're getting their ass kicked. The good news, though, for Angel Reese, no one saw the ass kicking in Chicago last night because very few people were there. With tickets being sold for as low as $8, Angel Reese still found a way to not sell out her home opener.
I was hoping she would be around maybe Kelsey Plum right now, you know, with the 40, 42, 40%. Not saying that that's great, but at least it's a better percentage than last year. You know, it'll show some type of progression. Now, I didn't get to see their last game against the Wings. They did win. I did see she dropped, 14 points, had 9 rebounds, but shot 30% in that game as well. And it's like, man, I don't know, like, her best shot attempts, in my opinion, I will always say, coming from the nail, off the pick and roll, just putting it up. When she get to drop stepping and doing all that, I think, one, it takes too long for her, and she misses the first one. She gets the rebound.
Even if she wishes they did. Beyond the 31% layup disaster, her overall field goal percentage is scraping 30.4% per ESPN data. That's among the lowest for starting power forwards in the WNBA. Her free throw percentage? A shaky 68%, which is generous compared to her college clip. She's averaging 12 rebounds a game. Elite, no question. But her 3.2 turnovers per game are killing Chicago's flow. Compare that to someone like A'ja Wilson, who's shooting 49% from the field with half the turnovers. Angel's hustle is undeniable, but the efficiency? It's giving help wanted. And it's not just layups. Her mid-range game is non-existent, and don't even ask about threes. She's 0 for 3 this season. One X-Post summed it up. Angel's shooting like she's allergic to the rim. The crazy part? She's taking 12-15 shots a game, often forcing contested looks instead of playing to her strengths, rebounding and defense. If she simplified her game, stick to putbacks, crash the boards, let the guards handle the scoring, Chicago might not be eating 30-point L's. What's your fix for Angel's game? Drop it in the comments. Angel was a beast at LSU, no cap. She averaged 23 points and 15 rebounds in her final college season, leading the Tigers to a national title. Her trash talk, like that iconic John Cena wave to Caitlin Clark, made her a legend. She was styling on opponents, moonwalking into SportsCenter highlights, and stacking NIL deals like nobody's business. But college hoops and the WNBA? 2 different planets. In college, she could dominate with raw athleticism and hustle. In the pros, you need polish, IQ, and a jumper that doesn't make coaches cry. The WNBA exposes weaknesses like a spotlight. Angel's drop-step moves take too long, her footwork's sloppy, and defenders are giving her enough space to open a yoga studio. One analyst on X said her game looks like a baby giraffe trying to dunk. Harsh but not wrong. Her offensive IQ needs work. She's turning the ball over by forcing plays that worked in college, but get eaten alive by pro defenses. Is this just a rookie slump, or did Angel's college hype set unrealistic expectations? Let me know what you think. You can't talk Angel without talking Caitlin Clark. The media is obsessed with pitting these two against each other, and it's giving WWE-level drama. Angel's the villain, Caitlin's the hero. It's a script straight out of a movie. But let's compare. Caitlin's averaging 17 points on 41% shooting, dropping dimes, and hitting logo threes like it's her day job. Angel? 11 points on 30%, mostly from putbacks. Caitlin's game screams Steph Curry. Angel's giving early career Shaq minus the dominance. The double standard's real, though. Caitlin's praised for her confidence, while Angel's dragged for hers. When Caitlin talks trash, it's competitive fire. When Angel does it, it's classless. X posts are wild. One user said, Caitlin's out here shooting like Steph, and Angel's moving like a baby giraffe. But here's the tea. This rivalry's good for the WNBA. It's bringing eyes, drama, and ticket sales, well, except for Chicago's $8 seats. Do you think Angel can catch up to Caitlin, or is this gap too wide? Hit the comments. The internet's a battlefield, and Angel's fan base is fighting a civil war. Half are hyping her like she's the next Lisa Leslie, pointing to her 12 rebounds a game and defensive grit. The other half, roasting her like she's auditioning for Shaqtin' a Fool. Sex is a circus. There's a meme of her bricks edited into a Marvel fight scene, complete with explosions. Another post called her a wildly famous rebounder with zero offensive game. The shade is relentless, but it's not just fans. Analysts are piling on, saying her game's more style than substance. One ex-user wrote, Angel's got more brand deals than buckets. Meanwhile, her stans are out here saying the stats don't tell the whole story. Her energy, hustle, and intangibles matter. The comment sections are chaos, with some accusing critics of bias and others begging her to hit a layup. Where do you stand in this fan war? Are you Team Angel or Team Stats? Let's hear it. Here's the deal. Angel's not done. She's 23, a rookie, and has time to flip this narrative. Her rebounding's already elite. 12 per game puts her in the top 5 league-wide. If she can bump her shooting to even 40% and cut down on turnovers, she's a problem. Rumor has it she's working with coaches on her footwork and free throws, and her last game against the Wings. 14 points, 9 rebounds, showing flashes of that LSU magic. It's not MVP level, but it's a start. The WNBA's full of comeback stories. Look at Breanna Stewart. She struggled early, then became a legend. Angel needs to lean into her strengths, boards, defense, hustle. Ditch the forced shots and TikTok clapbacks. If she does, she could be a double-double machine and shut up the haters. But if she keeps playing the victim and missing layups, the memes will only get worse. What's your prediction for Angel's future? Superstar or bust? Drop it below. So what's the next chapter for Angel Reese? A podcast blaming slippery basketballs? A fashion line inspired by missed free throws? Or a breakout season that makes us all eat our words? One thing's for sure, this drama's got more episodes than a Netflix series, and the DX Hoop will be here to break it all down. What do y'all think? Is Angel the WNBA's next big thing, or is she all hype? Smash that like button, drop your hottest takes in the comments, and subscribe for more Hoops Tea. Share this vid with your squad, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace and screen.